You ever wonder what open enrollment really is? Stay tuned to find out. All right, welcome back to the Health Insurance Basics series. All right, so today we're going to be going over open enrollment. So I'm sure you've heard of this before, probably wondered what it means. I know I did as well. So today we're going to unpack this a little bit. So the first thing we're going to look at is OEP. Now this just stands for Open Enrollment Period. It's just an acronym we're using for that. So Open Enrollment Period this past year ran from November 1st to January 15th. Usually a lot of times it runs from November 1st to December 15th, but this past year they extended it. So what is open enrollment? Open enrollment is essentially a time where we can shop all your options. So no matter where you get your insurance from, it's a time where we can shop the private side or the ACA side. So ACA, that stands for Affordable Care Act. So Affordable Care Act, it's also known as Obamacare. It's also known as the Marketplace. So the thing for this video to know about this is that these are federally facilitated plans. So if you, depending on what your household income is, you can get a subsidy on these plans to bring the monthly premium down quite a bit. So depending on your household income, these plans can be very affordable or they can be very expensive. It really all just depends on you. So the thing to know about these plans are they're mandated to cover pre-existing conditions. So if you got a lot of pre-existing conditions, a lot of health concerns, I'm always going to be steering you in this direction because you're going to want those things covered. They're also mandated to cover mental health. And now they're also mandated to cover maternity. I put an asterisk beside that because they're mandated to cover maternity, but you have to pay your deductible a lot of times before it'll cover it. So the word coverage there to me is a little misleading because you may still have to pay thousands of dollars before it's covered. So say we're not in between these dates here. So it's not an open enrollment period. What do you need to be able to enroll in an ACA plan? Well, you need what's called a qualifying life event or a QLE, and that's going to open you up for a special enrollment period or SEP. So there's four main QLEs. So the first one we're going to talk about is loss of coverage. So let's say you're on a group employer plan and you've lost your job and the COBRA which is insurance they're required to offer you for 18 months is too expensive. So you opt out of that or your COBRA is running out. You've lost coverage. That opens you up for a special enrollment period. Another one would be if you're turning 26. Turning 26 means you're going to be kicked off your parents' plan. So that's going to also open you up for an SEP. And another one would be losing eligibility for Medicaid. You lose eligibility for Medicaid, that's going to be a SEP. So another one's getting married or divorced, because obviously if you get married or if you get divorced, you can get on your spouse's health insurance plan or you get kicked off. So that's going to also mean you can enroll, if you go through that, you can enroll year-round in an ACA plan. Another one's having a baby or adopting. If you have that happen, that baby or that person or the kid that you're adopting is going to be able to get ACA coverage and enroll year-round. So the third one is a change in residence. So this one, the reason this opens you up for a SEP is because these ACA plans, and this is kind of one of the cons, and matter of fact, we're going to go in the next video, we're going to do a deep dive into the pros and cons of ACA plans versus private plans. But one of the cons is they're very, very local networks. So they're not great for travel, and they're based on your zip code. So if you move to a different zip code, you're going to be opened up to new ACA plans. So that's going to be a SEP for you. And the fourth one is, we're just going to say other, because it's just a few different things. One is becoming a U.S. citizen, or another one's like a significant change in your income that either gets you out of Medicaid or qualifies you for a really big subsidy on these ACA plans, which again is that discount. So this is basically the gist of what open enrollment is. So like I said, it's a time where we can shop all your options, no matter private side, ACA side, group, whatever it is. We can look at it and say, we've got all the options here. Let's see what is the right fit for you. Now, next time, like I said, we're going to go in depth at ACA versus private plans. But this is kind of what I wanted to cover today for open enrollment. So I hope that clears up a little bit about what open enrollment is there. All right, so next time you guys hear the word open enrollment, you can say, hey, I know what that means, or at least I know a little bit about what that means. So again, stay tuned. Next time we're going to look at ACA versus private plans. All right, see y'all in the next one.